back, everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I am Stockwell. This time around, well, I'm in my office. We're trying to mix it up here a little bit, give you some different scenery. We're doing My Heart's Desire by Mereness. Okay, I've talked about Mereness before. He was a video editor for this exact segment a few years ago. He's been my friend for a long, long time. He was a member of PLC, the Players Lounge crew. If you're unfamiliar with that story or whatever, go Google, PLC, Underground Cycles. I'm not going to get into it. If you want to be one of those guys that says, oh, you're only featuring your friends, okay, fine. Okay, but I'm going to start with the negatives. So, something that people either do or don't like about me is that I'm brutally honest about shit. And I'd like to think that way when I tell them something positive, they could take that to heart just as much as if I were to tell them something negative, right? There's a method to my madness, I think. But at any rate, the only negative I could say is that, Mereness has a tone to his voice, right? It's raspy, and sometimes, especially live, he does it on purpose, but on the album, it's still that same similar tone. And what it does sometimes, in my opinion, is when there's a guitar sound with it, it kind of travels in the same space. And so his lyrics get muddled sometimes when there are specific guitar tones in the background. And this album is pretty guitar heavy, and I'm going to get into why and why that's actually a good thing. But it's not the entire album, but it does happen occasionally where his voice gets a little bit muddied due to the mix or the master. Okay, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm not that guy, but I just know it when I hear it. It's like something, So that's the only negative I can say, and we can springboard off of why it's guitar heavy, because of the majority of this album is produced by Fritz the Cat. So what I said, or what I thought, and I've said it to my friends, is that this album is so nostalgic sounding musically. Okay, so if you think back to the, what I consider the heyday of Psychopathic, let's say, from like Freak Show, Bizarre Bazaar time frame, and then to like, Cryptic Collection 3, Wizard of the Hood, right? That kind of time frame. A lot of production, the Lotus albums, the ABK albums, the Blaze albums, the Twisted albums, Fritz was very much involved in the production of those things. Even on stuff, I know factually that it might show Mike P as a producer of a song. I happen to know factually that Fritz might have laid down a good majority of the bass line, or, kind of set the foundation in place for Mike P to come over and kind of do his thing on top. So it might say Mike P, but I know Fritz was involved. So a lot of that stuff, again, the Blaze, the ABK, the Lotus stuff, again, not all of it, but portions of those albums. Obviously, a lot of the Twisted stuff was all Fritz. And musically, the beats sound like that era of Psychopathic. So I think that's fucking awesome. It brings back such like solid core memories for me, hearing that type of sound on this album. And it's just, if you were a Juggalo from that era, of that era, and you still feel positively about that era, I think that just strictly from the musical standpoint, from the production, you're going to really, really enjoy the sound that's on this album. Now, Mereness is not horrorcore, okay? It's hip-hop, and it's not, there's one song called His Pain that you could maybe label horrorcore. I wouldn't. It's me, it's more of like it's kind of a Under the Moon sort of thing, right? Vaguely. I don't want to ruin anything. But yeah, the song Done Did That, which he released a long time ago, sent me a video for a long time ago, is him just being an elite MC. The Dream Living one, which is right in line with my Success Solo shit, like, he's living his dream and living within his means. Like, it's so fucking, it's positive without being corny, which I've talked about TR Diaz doing in the past. So I love the sound musically. I love the message on a lot of the stuff. I've been fucking with Mereness as an MC since PLC. Since Truth Be Told, right? Long time ago. So with all of that being said, I talked to him a little bit quickly over Messenger, and I said, did Fritz produce this whole thing? And he said everything except for a couple tracks. And two of those tracks, there was actually three that were not produced by Fritz. One is called Mastodon, and the other one is called True G. Take everything that I said about how much I love the musicality of this album and how it sounds like classic era Psychopathic, and take the, how awesome I think that the messaging is on a lot of the songs and how good, how solid of an MC Mereness is, and I'm still gonna say that Mastodon and True G are my favorite tracks. So that I think that's hilarious. Once I found out that those were the two of the three tracks that Fritz did not produce, because I love the musicality a lot of this album, but it turns out that I liked the most the two songs that Fritz didn't even do. So you might say that that's a bad thing. I think that that shows how fucking good this album is. True G has Liquid Assassin. Shout out to Liquid Assassin, my guy. It's been too long. Man, I'd love to catch up with you sometime, but it's certainly been too long since we've heard Liquid Assassin spit some shit. That's, if you check out this album for no other reason, if, oh yeah, you fuck with Liquid Assassin, there you go. There's a reason to check out this album. So, way too long, but, I want to give some shine to, again, my friend. I'm just going to tell you, Mereness is my friend. And, I've been a fan of his since before I ever met him. And, this new one is super dope. And you should check it out. As always, I'll link it below. And this is going to wrap up this little series of 120-second reviews. Because, again, I haven't heard a lot of solid shit. The other one I'm going to throw out is Esham's new one. Esham's new one is fucking awesome if you like Dead Flowers era Esham. And it's not that new. It's been a month or two since it's been out. But these albums plus that Esham album are kind of the only ones over the last several months that, to me, were like, oh my God, this is really good. So please send me recommendations to the email or message the Fago Lovers page directly. Went way too long, 120 seconds, so fucking what. If you're still here and you checked out all four of these and you're still watching this, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Until next time.
Fago Lovers for life!
Yeah, I don't go there.
Right.
I don't fuck with them anymore. I used to like them, but I don't fuck